Hi, I'm Manu, coach vocal. Welcome to this 16th podcast, Question Voix. This one was recorded in Toulouse, in Axis, and I am pleased to discuss with Aliki Katriou, the singer of 8 Lives Down. First of all, I'm very sorry for my English, and especially during the interview. And I'm very sorry about the sound of the recording. We faced several technical problems, but I wanted to release it whatever the sound because it was very spontaneous, and I hope you will enjoy this podcast. Thank you very much, Aliki, for this exchange. You can find more information and links at the end of this podcast, and also explanation of what happens during the interview. So let's listen to the podcast and enjoy.
Fuck your dad, I stare at the screen. Fuck your faith that I have seen. Fuck yourself and who you've been. Fuck you and your borrowed dream. Fuck your dad, I stare at the screen. Fuck your faith that I have seen. Fuck yourself and who you've been. Fuck you and your borrowed dream. Fuck your dad, I stare at the screen. Fuck your faith that I have seen. Fuck yourself and who you've been.
Hello, Aliki. Hello, Aliki. Yes, okay. So you're the singer from the band
8 Lives Down.
Yeah, and you're here in Toulouse.
Yes.
For a show. I'm very, very happy to speak with you. And first of all, I'm very sorry for my English. So, okay. So don't be indulgent. I don't know.
Of course.
Okay. Okay. So, please, could you please tell me from how long have you been singing? Sorry.
Yeah. I started singing. I started singing very actively and consistently when I was 14.
Okay.
And I started lessons when I was 16.
Okay.
So it's been many, many years. I'm 33.
Oh, you're very young. You're very young.
Still young.
To be young is in the heart.
Yeah.
And you begin with what style of music?
I began singing randomly with anything and everything.
Yeah.
I always loved metal, and I always loved punk.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I enjoyed singing punk and punk rock more, for whatever reason. Like metal, I really like thrash.
Okay.
So I like Metallica, Pantera. Like I really enjoy singing thrash.
Yeah.
But I didn't enjoy singing like Iron Maiden as much when I was 14.
Okay.
I enjoy it a lot more now. And then when I was 16, I started with classical singing lessons.
Yeah.
Because I was curious and because I really, really wanted to sing high in my head voice.
Yes.
And in Greece, the minute you get out of chest voice and go into head voice, like, no. And so I was very annoyed. And I asked my mother, and I'm like, why don't they let me sing in head voice? It's so comfortable, very, very high up. And my mother was like, oh, we'll find you a classical singing teacher. She'll let you sing in head voice.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic. So that's what I did.
Okay. Yeah. So you sang classical lyrical. I don't know. Sorry.
They gave me lyric in the beginning, but I don't like lyric. I love coloratura.
See.
Like fast, give me chaotic and frantic, anything that's insane.
Yeah.
Yes, all the coloratura pieces. So I pushed a lot for coloratura.
Yeah.
And I mainly sing coloratura stuff in classical lessons.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I don't like lyric.
Yeah.
I don't like the roles. It's very often, it's very romantic. Yeah. It's very slow. And it's very like, oh, I'm a girl. And I'm like, no, I want to be a crazy person or a serial killer or just anything like that. So, coloratura, definitely for me.
And after you said to me just before that you're also a vocal coach. So you began, you had some studies on that, or what did you do?
So I was looking for options, and I ended up choosing to do my training with Justin Stoney in New York. Okay. So I went for New York vocal coaching, and I talked to him in the beginning, and I'm like, do you anatomically and physiologically cover distortions, and do you cover like Tuvan throat singing, Mongolian, like all that stuff? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, fantastic, let's do it. So I studied with him, and then I started teaching like full time, which is fun. And yeah, I started shifting and focusing on metal singing exclusively around when I was 20. Okay. I was 20 years old. Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, just metal.
Do you think that your lyrical background helps you in your metal voices? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Yeah. It's always yes and no with this. I think what it really, really helps with is it really helps me understand classical technique, understand when like contemporary singers or singing teachers are talking about classical technique and it's wrong.
Yeah.
And I understand the breathing better and the whole appoggio, and I understand that it is not very important for metal vocals. I would say it isn't important at all. Like, you don't need to do it at all. Like, it's so, unless you're trying to sing at like maximum volume, like opera, over the orchestra, why would you use so much muscle? It just doesn't make any sense. So I think that's very helpful. Like, knowing that classical technique is for this, and if you apply it to other things, it's kind of pointless. So
good. With my experience, so I began to sing metal, heavy metal, Iron Maiden. So the Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson is my idol. So, and after I found a vocal coach who helped me, but not in lyric. He was not a lyrical vocal coach. He was on the expression and finding yourself. Yeah. Okay. So that's very cool. And after I entered a choir, a lyric choir, a bel canto. Yep. Okay. And I had some courses, with the lyrical courses. And then I found my head voice, like you, because I wanted to, and more soprano. Okay. And that's the moment I found my growl.
Yes, yeah.
Because the growl, I with the resonance, I found the resonance at the same place. Yes. So that's why I say yes. But not for breathing, and it's overused. And if you don't want to have problems on your périnée. I don't know if you said that in English about the pelvic. Yeah. So we have to pay attention to that. So, yeah, and when we say don't breathe with the yes, sometimes we can. It's fine, belting and so on. That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I always find it very interesting whenever singing teachers or singers are like, you always breathe like this. I'm like, how?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. It's like someone saying, I always stand the same way. There's no way you're not moving. There's no way it isn't changing constantly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, why would you promote something static?
Yeah. Oh! So, so I think there is a
Wow.
so that it will come back, I think. Okay. So but it's still recording, so we can stay it. So we are in the black for the people who are listening to us. It's darkness here because there is no more light and no more electricity in Axis, Toulouse. And I don't want to go up and oops, so it's
There's a moment of light and then nothing. Whoa.
Yes.
Oh. There's light.
No light. So thank you to stay there and not to scream.
Darkness is fine.
Yeah. So when you said that you want to play a serial killer or some characters,
Yes.
Does it? I have an idea of the answer, but does it helps you when you does it help you when you sing to find a part of yourself to express, and how do you manage this intensity, being being in the real life someone very sympathetic and it's very cool and we laugh a lot, but how do you manage this schizophrenia?
So I rely a lot on schizophrenia, insanity.
Yeah.
So I kind of go more for insanity as an option, rather than characters.
Yeah.
I personally don't really enjoy characters, because I think it's because I did like 11 years of theatre as a hobby, and I'm like, I'm so sick of it that I'm like, I don't want to be a character. So I just go crazy. And I really, really, really like the contrast. Like, I love the contrast of being like really friendly on stage in between songs and then being insane during songs. I think it just elevates the songs. So I use that. I use that a lot. I think I function more with energy. Yeah. I just think of energy levels. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't really worry about anything else. Yeah. So I don't worry about the contrast or the craziness, the insanity of it all. I don't worry about like what I'm saying in the song. I'm just like, whatever. 11 in energy. And I just do that. Okay.
And do you have some stress before coming on stage?
Always. Yeah. Always. Yeah.
How do you manage your stress? By speaking with people in an interview?
No, so at the moment, I don't manage it in the best way. No. And this is because I warm up with the guys. Yeah. So we always go to the side and we all warm up together, like independently, but we're always in the same room and space. And I warm up with them, and I usually try to sing a section of a song that makes me feel really excited. Yeah. Typically it's Painkiller by Judas.
Oh yeah.
But this is just because I'm trying to redirect the stress and think of it as excitement. Yeah. And not focus too much on the stress. Yeah. But ideally, what I would really like to do is I would like to have a little bit of a more standard physical ritual where either I shake to get rid of the stress. Yeah. I know that a lot of people love jumping jacks. Yeah. I worry about jumping jacks. Yeah. Like because my ankle is very unstable, and so I'm like, that's not the best.
Yeah, you can try to do it in the chair, but that doesn't work the same.
So I want to add a physical thing. And then I also want to add like a small physical ritual, like the stuff that football players do, basketball players before they shoot. You know, where it's always the same thing and it's really familiar and it gets you in the right headspace. So I really want to add those two things to my routine. But at the moment, I'm not doing that.
Okay. So if you want, we can speak about that after and find something. And let's come back to the distortion situation. So how did you find that sound? How did you find that sound? Was it easy? Did you have some? Yes, cool.
Yes, because it was exactly the same as you. So I first found it when I was using my head voice, and I was using classical technique, and I just unlocked it because it's basically exactly the same. It's super relaxed and light. But it wasn't exactly what I wanted. It wasn't the tonal quality that I wanted. I wanted a little bit more false vocal fold friction in the sound.
Yeah.
So then I looked into it. I just went to the internet. And they're like, false chords. I watched a couple of tutorials and I was like, this is terrible. I was like, this is so bad. Like, no. And then I searched and I looked at research and read a whole bunch of things, and I was just like, okay, who uses the folds and knows that they use it and use it well? I was like, okay, Mongolian throat singing. Like, that's what I will do. I will find someone that teaches Mongolian throat singing, and that's what I did. So I went through there and went through Mongolian throat singing first.
Okay. That's very, very interesting.
And I don't... I was taught Fry by one of my teachers, but I never use it. I never use it. I don't like it. I don't like a single band that uses Fry aesthetically. And because it's so relaxed and it's so delicate. Oh, it is so physically disappointing.
I understand.
I would never use it. So I know from all the stuff that I like and how I like to feel, I'm never going to use Fry.
And that's a link with the energy you feel and so on. And I also need to use a lot of energy to express your art and it's stressing. But it's also interesting to find sound and to warm up. How do you warm your voice? So you said just before that you sing Painkiller, but only it's a way of warming.
I love Painkiller. It's such a comfortable pitch for me. I can go into Painkiller completely cold. Cool. Like zero. It's so easy for my voice. I talk. So I make sure that I'm talking to people, and whenever I talk, I flip registers. So I talk.
Well, okay, we can speak like that.
I get out of chest voice randomly, and then I go back into it, and I just make sure I'm always flipping and moving around, and I'm staying in chest voice the whole time. Like, no.
Do you practice yodel?
Of course. I yodel all day long. For fun. And I do. It depends on the day. So I warm up differently depending on how my body feels. Every single day. And I today, because the gig is so late, I didn't warm up at all in the morning. Because very often if we're playing earlier, I wake up and there's a mini warm up in the morning. I don't do anything, then I warm up before the show. I like using a lot of head voice.
Yeah.
For the warm-up. And I like using trills a lot. Mm-hmm. I do everything descending.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. No, never ascending. I hate that. I'm like, why would I move in the direction of tension?
No.
Always descend. And I really like doing random head voice sounds while the other bands are playing.
Yeah.
Watching them.
Yeah.
Because I like the challenge of trying to be aware of what volume I'm singing at, whilst a band is like blasting at full volume and I can't hear myself. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Don't go louder. Don't push. Don't do anything. Find it. Yeah. So I love doing that.
Yeah. On stage, do you have some earplugs?
We have earplugs.
Yeah, okay.
Earplugs.
Let's earplugs.
Yeah, I have professional earplugs that are molded to my ears, so it's really good in terms of quality. But we don't play with a click. We don't play with in-ear monitors like punk. Just full-on old-school punk is the approach of the band.
And do you have some advice to say to singers that just begin, or in the style in metal in distortion voices and so on? Do you or something that happens to you? Because I haven't. Get that. I haven't got that. Do you have? Did you hurt yourself when you try to? One second.
No.
Very cool.
Yeah. No, I never hurt myself.
Yeah.
Every now and then, like because we used to do rehearsals, and we used to do 4-hour rehearsals.
Yeah, it's
so every now and then, like at the end of the 4 hours, like a bit of fatigue.
Yeah.
Or a bit of like, oh my god, I'm so tired. But I always thought this is normal.
Yeah. And the day after, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's only you are just tired.
Yeah. So I've been very lucky. In that sense, because you can hurt yourself and it can just be bad luck. Like it doesn't mean there's something wrong. Advice. I read so much.
Or something crazy that happens to you as a singer, or something.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Let's see. My advice would be the following 2 things. The first thing would be, don't practice every day.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Like, imitate athletes. Have rest days. The rest days need to be planned. You need to know that they were rest days. You need to fit them in. Like, take it really seriously. And rest the muscles, and rest the instrument. And rest the brain. So that would be the first thing. And the second thing is that we played a gig once in Switzerland, and I was so ill.
Yes. Bad luck.
Unbelievably ill. Yeah, like I could barely stand. And all the guys were really worried about me, and they all wanted to cancel. And I'm like, no, because it's just like one gig in isolation. Like, if we had a gig the next day, like, we're canceling. There's no way. This is a bad idea. But we played it, and at that gig, I realized that when people come up to you in venues and places and talk to you, you don't need to talk back.
Yeah.
Like, you just move your mouth with no sound coming out, and either they will come very close to you and then you can speak at a normal volume, or they will continue talking to you, pretending that they understood what you said. So I was like, I'm just not going to talk. This is great. Like, after every gig, I'm just not going to talk to anyone. I'll just move my mouth symbolically. So that would be my advice, is don't talk.
And
there's no point.
And what we can say also, when you are ill, you can speak with this voice very low, very loud, and and no, we say that in French. I don't know if it's a French expression, but it's la voix de couloir. It's the voice in the door. You know, in the hotel. They speak like that just to say, okay, you know. Do you want something, miss? You know, and that's not to be. And you can listen to the person just at less than 1 meter. and so you can speak like that. And when you speak like that, you don't hurt your voice if you are ill.
Oh, fantastic. But yeah, so that would have rest days. Don't practice every day. What a waste of a life. Practicing daily. Just, but yeah, and always quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I die on the inside when people are like, I practice singing for 3 hours. Why? I can do what you did in 3 hours in 10 minutes. I can achieve the progress. Like, why?
And also the vocalise. I don't know vocalise. If it's when you play your vocalise, why? sometimes yes, but and do you cool down after the show?
I try to.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, same thing, descending. And I usually, because I always help the drummer set up the drums and take the drums off. So I always combine my cool downs with the drum kit, which is great because then I don't have to talk to people and they see I'm carrying equipment, so I'm busy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's much harder to cool down if you don't do anything.
Yes.
Just get off the stage. It's like, oh, that's bad. But
I'm happy discussing with you before the show.
I keep it really simple, and I really like to go for semi-occluded vocal tract exercises, and I love, like, my favorite one is puffing the cheeks up and just being like, woo! That's my favorite.
We say hamster from hamster.
Yes, the hamster. I love it.
And hamster with the finger also. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can do it. But
well, yeah. When you've been on stage, it's a bit gross. But yeah, I love doing that.
Do you use the I don't know, the pie, the straw?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't like it.
There's I didn't
do anything for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm always so amazed and excited when I meet people, because of course there are so many people that it's amazing for, and I'm like, oh, good for you, that's great, keep doing it. Yeah. But for me, it's like,
and for me at the beginning it didn't work, and it was the first time with using the straw that I had fatigue. Vocal fatigue. Yeah. So I stopped it. Yeah. And this year I was in a training with Emmanuelle Dal Grande, what I said just before, Chant, Voix, avec, and I understood how to do that. Yes. That's the problem. How to teach that, and how to, and it depends on, and there's different techniques on that.
And it's so important, like the length of the straw and the diameter.
And so important. And also if you use bubbles, water with bubbles, or that's
and it makes such a big difference. Yeah. But I did some advanced training. I don't know. It was called advanced training in the UK with vocal process. Yeah. And they did like an entire day almost with straws only. And they had like a bajillion, like I can't even remember how many different straws, different sizes. And it was so funny because everyone there was like, wow, different straws. And I'm like, none. Nothing. It's incredible. Nothing is working. Like, it's so surreal. But I think, I don't know what I just think it's the way that I sing. I think it's the way that I sing. I think I spend so much time really high up on like E6, F6. Yeah. Like I spend so much time living up there when I'm practicing and when I'm having fun that everything lower down is just very
Yeah.
and relaxed, and I'm like,
you are often in belting also.
no,
not really. I will see. But
no, not really. I don't really like it aesthetically.
Okay.
Like I don't care about it. But when I do sing high, I'm in a compressed, modified head voice. I'm not in a chest voice belt. I'm never in a chest voice belt.
So in a head voice belt, we said. Understand.
So it's much lighter.
Yeah.
Easier and
less effort, less.
less everything.
Yeah.
And I don't really like the sound of chest belt.
Yeah.
I have the weirdest aesthetics. Yeah, it's like because I love Rob Halford.
Yeah.
I really love Rob Halford, and out of like more recent singers, I actually really like Yannis Papadopoulos from Beast in Black.
Yeah.
I'm like, like I just want you to live in head voice. What I want for my metal. It's like the minute it goes to chest voice, my brain automatically is like, new metal.
No.
I'm like, new metal, like Korn, Slipknot.
No,
this is not. I want power metal. I want classic heavy metal. Like I just want all the high head stuff. So yeah, something like that.
Awesome. That's very, very interesting discussing with you. I'm very, very happy for my first English interview. So I think we will stop there. If you have something more to say to the French people who will try to understand what we have said, it's up to you. No, or not. I'm just.
The last time I spoke French, I was 13. I don't remember anything.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I hope we can stay in contact because it's very interesting and I like you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
This race misguided. 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 Fuck you and your borrowed dream. Fuck your dead eyes staring at the screen. Fuck your faith and all you've seen. Fuck yourself and who you've been. Fuck you and your borrowed dream. Fuck your dead eyes staring at the screen. Fuck your faith and all you've seen. Fuck yourself and who you've been. Fuck you and your
Thank you for listening to this 16th podcast, Question Voix. Thanks a lot, Aliki, for all your answers and this wonderful exchange with me. It was a pleasure to see your band on stage and to discuss with you about extreme vocal techniques. Sorry again for the sound, only my mic was working and I had to rework on the recording to set Aliki's voice up. I don't know if you got what happened in the middle of the podcast, but there was an electricity problem, so we were in the dark, but the recording was still going. You can find Aliki's YouTube channel just below. She's an awesome vocal teacher. If you like this podcast, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and the channel of Aliki, of course. And if you are interested in going further, feel free to contact me directly. So this was my first podcast in English. Feel free to put comments below, and I will try to answer it in English or in French. Will be better, perhaps. So, have a nice day. Bye bye.